So here we are at the final finial part of our Victorian scent bottle construction. We sketched it out, we made a profile, we've made the object, we've drilled it out, we've got a push fit lid, we've got a tapped hole for the finial which is going in, and here we are now. We're going to use the single point tool to put the external thread on. The reason why this works is because a thread is no more than a spiral. There we are. See, that's the spiral of the thread, and we're going to do that to fit this hole. So turn the speed up a little bit and let's trim it down to what we want, the sort of size we want to go in this hole. Bone is a rather harder material than wood, and we're running on a relatively slow speed because we don't want to have to change the speed halfway through. Here we are, we're getting towards the sort of size that we want. We can just check that it's still a little bit bigger than the hole. That's a little bit too big. We're going to make it slightly tapered, which the advantage you can do with where you're making things by hand, you can put a slight tape on, and that's just about starting to go in to the top of the wood, and that will be good for the thread when I put the thread on. So now I'm going to just undercut at the top so that when I run the thread it runs to nothing. Then turn the lathe down to the bottom speed. Let's just put a little bit of a chamfer on the front, and now we're going to just run the thread up there, taking the tool off and just following the thread as it goes to look like we've got a decent thread. Let's see if it fits. It's a little bit too big. I'm going to have to trim that down a bit. It's just cracked the wood, but we can put a drop of super glue in that. So here we go. Make the thread a bit smaller. See how that goes. Should be about right. It's still opening that crack up, so we're still too big. Just a matter of letting the tool follow the grooves that we've made, and I think we just should be about there. I think that'll do. So now we've got the through thread on the finial, and we're just going to make the shape of the finial, and we can put the lathe back on high speed for this. It's much better for turning on high speed, but the screw threads want to be on the absolute lowest speed you've got. In this case it's about 300 RPM, the top speed's around 3000, and that's definitely the sort of area that we want to be in for this size of turning, relatively small turning. So, whack her up to top speed. Make a little decorative dip on the bottom. Stand a bit closer. Before we get to the end, make this too thin, I'm just going to put some decorative marks on with that same tool that I was using for the thread. Instead of moving it up in a spiral, I'm just going in reasonably even spaces to make a slightly decorative feature on the ball body of the piece. Now I can go in and get nearly to the point where it wants to come off, and I can go in with this tool, put the final few marks on, and there we are, parted off, nice little bone finial, fits very prettily into there. That's the body of the object, and there we have it, the object that we said would make, with the captured ring, holophone box and a bone finial. Thank you.